Hey guys, Charlie here. Welcome to another video. In today's video, I want to share a few tips on what to never post if you want to position yourself as an authority in your niche. Now, for this video, before I begin to explain the tips, um, first of all, I'm gonna be telling 8 tips, and these tips you don't have to follow them all. Like, you should you should think for yourself if these are things that actually are good for you and you should apply them, meaning you should stop doing them. Or if you're not doing them, then it's perfect. Um, don't do them anymore. I mean, just keep that way. And if you're starting out and you don't know what to post, well, you can have a better idea of. I'm gonna be telling you like the examples, but I want you to get more like the whole principle behind what I'm gonna be telling you. Okay. So the first tip that you should, or the first thing you should never post about, is complaining. So basically, using your social media to complain, even if, I mean, many people when they are complaining, they feel that they are right. They have that right to express themselves, and that's perfect. You can complain, but you have to understand what is the backfire or the cons of complaining online. It's all about the image you're gonna leave on people. Imagine that there's always gonna be someone new that is gonna be watching your profile for the first time, and the first post they see is you complaining about the government, about many things. And the thing with complaining, it's that it's the opposite of adding value. When you're complaining, you're not adding value at all, and you're not gonna get near to get clients by complaining. You're not gonna get relatability. You're just gonna like let go your emotions and maybe attract people that like to complain as well. So, I'm not saying that complaining for social media is bad. What I mean is that if you are trying to position yourself as a coach with an authority on a certain topic, then it's better not to complain on your social media. The second tip is that many people in the fitness world, they are consistently asking people to vote for them in online contests, and I don't think that if you are um, participating in this contest, then you should not ask for people that you don't even know, that might sometime, or they may have considered joining your program or buying your services, and then you come across like a someone very selfish, right? Because you're just adding value for yourself. You're not giving any. You're actually taking that person's time and energy in exchange of nothing. Like, it's not a good deal for your prospects, for your followers, for your audience. So don't do it. Simply don't do it. If you want to ask people to vote for you, do it with people that you know that you don't want in your program and that maybe are close to you. But don't bother people that you don't know and that are potential customers. That's not smart at all. The third thing that you should never post about is using your difficult financial situation, which is very common right now because of the pandemic, to make people support you. So don't tell people that they should buy your service, your coaching service, just because you are in a bad financial spot. Now, I'm not saying it's bad to ask for help or to tell people or to open up. The thing is that when you are trying to position yourself as an authority, as someone who is exclusive, who gives an exclusive service, a high ticket service, a premium service, you can't come across as someone who is doing bad. I'm not also saying that you should pretend that you have money. No, I'm just saying that you should not be needy and you should not go that way to get customers, because the people are gonna pay your service. If someone does, it's gonna be um, because of pity, not because of they want to actually make a change in their life in most cases. So I don't know, I believe that it's better to not go that path and simply focus on, it's all a matter of how you communicate things, obviously. But don't just avoid seeming needy. It's like dating. In dating, when you are very needy and you start texting, even if a girl is into me and I become needy with her, I can completely lose all my attraction, all the attraction she felt for me, or every little bit of interest she had for me, just because I was needy and was like texting a lot, and every time she like responded, I responded right away. So neediness can kill everything basically. And in business, you want to come across not as someone needy, but as someone with abundance, with security, with confidence. Um, right? Because especially if you are trying to be this authority in your niche, like the best of the best in this specific topic, this is specialist, like a specialist can be needy. So try to avoid coming across that way. And many times, if you tell people like, "Hey, I'm Charlie. I'm a fitness coach, and I'm struggling financially. If you want to support me, um, I'm a fitness coach and I have these discounts." Like, don't do it. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. The fourth tip is don't cry online, right? And don't talk about how depressed you are, because social media, I mean, you can open up, and always, if you are depressed, it's okay to seek help, but you should always go to your first, you should go to your system of how did you say that, your support system, your family and close friends, if you have any kind of that problem. Now, if you're just like feeling like low energy and sad, don't communicate it through social media, at least not in a way of just communicating that. If you want to maybe like be relatable and tell people like, "Hey, I'm tired and I'm still doing the job, I'm still like working, and it's okay to take rest days." I mean, like, if you want to tell this kind of story in which you are trying to teach a lesson at the end, then it's perfect. But if you're just telling people that you are tired of everything and you're simply crying online, people are gonna feel bad for you and they're not gonna buy. You're not gonna attract that ideal audience that you're looking for, and it's not gonna work. Um, it's yeah, there's basically like a difference between relatability and vulnerability, right? Because I mean, yeah, you can be vulnerable and you can be relatable, but that's very different from crying online, right? So try to make the difference, and you can be vulnerable, you can be relatable, but don't come across as a crybaby online. The fifth tip is asking people to pray for you. I know that many of you might be religious, and it's something normal to tell people like, "Hey, pray for me," or whatever, or or like, "Hey, pray for me so that I do well." But the thing is that the message that you're conveying is not the best, because when you ask people to pray for you, uh, it's somehow giving a message that you're not confident on what you're working on. So it all comes back to the basics, which is you want to come across as someone confident, as someone with abundance, with someone that knows what he's doing or she's doing. And if you are constantly telling people like your problems and you cry to them and you are complaining and you're telling people like, "Pray for me," like if you were like with a victim voice, um, then I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's bad to do that online, but if you want to become an online coach and an authority in your niche, then don't do it. It's better if you don't, focus on those kind of words. Just to wrap it up, the last three tips are: don't ask a follow for follow, because you're just gonna get people that are following you because they want you to follow them, and they're not gonna buy. Simply as that. So don't waste time and energy on that. Don't have low quality stock images in your social media. So I know that it's a little bit expensive, but try to get HD photos and photos that usually are taken with a cool camera, like a good camera, like your phones, like an iPhone camera is very good usually, or a professional camera if it's you. And if it's like a photo of the internet, then you can look for HD photos, HD free photos. There's a lot. Canva has good photos. Shutterstock. There's many softwares that have good photos. Envato Elements, you have to pay some of them, but for our case, like, you just need one, and you can just search a little bit, or even like play it around with free HD photos, but make sure you don't get crappy photos in your social media, because it makes you lose credibility. It makes you look not professional, and it's simply not gonna give a good message, a good image of your profile, of your social media. And yeah, and the last tip on what not to post is: don't post like articles about politics, about COVID, about memes. Like, you want your profile to seem the most professional possible. If you're talking a lot about COVID and like everybody else, and like politics, and like talking a lot of, you're giving a lot of your opinion and everything, you can repel a lot of people. First of all, you usually the world is divided in two in those cases, right? Or in more than two if your country, like mine, has more political parties. You don't want to segregate people by political choice, right? By what party they follow, or they voted for. So what you want to do is simply don't post about politics, don't post about COVID, and it's okay to have memes, but I just suggest that you don't do it very often, because it makes you lose some professionalism. And just imagine, as I said before, imagine someone new coming and checking out your profile for the first time in their lives, and they see a lot of memes and like jokes. They're like never gonna buy a high ticket product from you if that's what they see. So try to avoid that as well. Besides these things that I just told you, most posts are okay. Like, obviously there's like very good things you can do, amazing things you can do, and like regular things you can do. But if you don't do any of this, you're in a good path. So I don't want to extend this video any longer, guys, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. Here in my house, I have my Christmas tree behind me, and I'm gonna go to sleep like in a few minutes. I'm a little bit tired. Tomorrow's video is gonna be earlier so that I can like flow a little bit more. But if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every single day. And make sure you also comment if you have any questions. If you want to contact me and you want me to help you personally, then make sure you contact me in the comment section, or look for my social media as well. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Pura vida.